Hello, welcome to this channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not. My camera is about to fall, hold on. Welcome to my first ever mid-year book tag. Do you know how excited I am to be doing one of these? Because I watch these all the time, and I was finally like, you know what, let's participate. So I have all the questions here on my phone, courtesy of Larissa, aka Larry Reads, who I believe got these questions from Sarah Caroli. So I'll be tagging both of their videos down below, along with the questions so you can keep up with me or do the tag as well. As you guys can tell, we're in the car and I am extremely hot because it is 96 degrees outside. I have the windows down because I didn't want to turn the AC up since it's really loud and the fan would be blowing in the camera and that's all you would be hearing. But just know that I am uncomfortably hot. So I thought that while we're answering these questions, we would go out and about, do a couple of errands so I could cool off and, you know, answer these questions. I thought it would be fun. Let's start off with the first question, which is the best book I've read so far. So I've read 17 books in total this year. Now that number may seem like a lot to some people or may seem like a little to others. For me, I feel like that's pretty average, but of the 17 books that I've read this year, I would say the best books that I've read so far is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, or Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. As you can tell, I'm also really indecisive. I cannot choose. All of them have such different vibes. I would say Fourth Wing is much more action-packed. I wouldn't call it like a literary masterpiece, but it's so entertaining to read, and I love dragons, so I had a wonderful time reading it. Divine Rivals is a lot more romantic. It is these two people exchanging love letters to each other. I just thought it was super cute, so cozy. I read it towards the beginning of the year, so it's still winter. I thought it was an amazing winter read, so that and obviously Fourth Wing, completely different vibes. I would say that One for My Enemy falls somewhere in the middle. Olivia Blake's writing style is very specific and I really enjoyed it. I like the way it was written. I love the whole idea of these rival witch families, and it was also a lot of like high stakes in there as well. Overall, I enjoyed all those three books, so I would say that those are the best books I've read so far. The second question is the best sequel that I've read so far, and I was debating between two options. I was debating between The Wicked King by Holly Black and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent, and I think I am going to go with The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Hear me out. I absolutely love Cardan. I love Cardan. I love Jude, and I love Holly Black. However, I feel like I'm leaning more towards The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King only because it has a lot more action. And if you know me, you know that I'm a big fan of like high stakes competitions, reading about war, reading about vampires, and a lot of fantasy elements. There was just so much action in that book, so I think I would rank that higher than The Wicked King, not because I like it more, but it's only because I like the action more. Does that make sense? I'm doing one more question and then we are going to go to tropical smoothie because I'm telling you guys right now, I'm miserable. I'm very hot. So the third question, the new release that I have not read yet. So there are a couple of books that I want to read that have come out this year, and I think I'm going to make a whole new video on this as well. And so you'll see these two books probably in it, but some new releases that I really want to read are The Five Broken Blades by Mai Corlin or These Deadly Prophecies by Andrea Tang. So The Five Broken Blades, I think what it is, I don't know all the specifics, but I'm pretty sure it follows 5 criminals as they go and summon together to kill a king, I believe. So they want to take down some type of monarchy, and I thought that was very interesting because all of these criminals come from different backgrounds. Some are like hitmen, some are like assassins, and like, oh, are they? I know they're all from all over the board, but I thought that that was a very interesting concept. As for These Deadly Prophecies by Andrea Tang, this is also another new release in 2024, and basically what I think it is, it's like Knives Out and the Inheritance games meets sorcery. I'm pretty sure that is what it is. I could be completely wrong, but I was first attracted to the book because of its cover. It reminded me so much of These Violent Delights for some reason, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put both of the covers up here so you can see. They look kind of similar, so I quickly turned around and I was like, Chloe Gong? And it was not Chloe Gong. But I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. So I put it part of my TBR list, so I'm hoping to read that soon. Okay guys, my camera is overheating. I am overheating. We are gonna go to tropical smoothie. delicious. I'm back and we have the good. It is the tropical smoothie mango berry Cosmo. I think it's one of their summer flavors, and let me tell you, I love it. It has a nice little kick to it because of the lime. I'm a fan. I am a fan. Okay, I'm sorry for the awkward angle over here, but unfortunately the heat won, and so I had to turn on the AC, and so the fan is going on, and I'm trying to be extremely loud so you do not hear the AC going on in the background, but I am sorry if you could hear it. But let's move on to the fourth question now that I have my smoothie, and it is, what is your anticipated release of this year? So I've been reading a couple of sequels, and so there are a couple of books coming out this year that I'm extremely excited to read. But I think of all the sequels, the most excited, anticipated read of mine that is coming out this year is Vilest Things by Chloe Gong. Vilest Things by Chloe Gong, it is the second book to Immortal Longings, and I believe in another vlog, the previous one, I read Immortal Longings and I enjoyed it so thoroughly. I love high stakes competitions. I know that this will be like even higher stakes. A lot has happened, so I'm really excited to read Vilest Things. However, if you did watch my previous vlog, I did have some hesitations about certain content in Immortal Longings, that being how Chloe Gong writes about bodies being accessories. Now I understand that that is part of the whole magic system, and I explain it further in my review of it, so I'm not going to get into too much detail. I have hesitations about that, but I do enjoy the magic system, and I do enjoy the high stakes competitions and all of this tension between the characters. So because of that and all the action that I absolutely love, I will be reading the second book because I am really excited to read it. It's just that I still have that hesitation. So don't think that me reading the second book and being excited to read the second book just dismisses my hesitations from Immortal Longings. I still have those hesitations, but I am very excited to read the second book, especially because Immortal Longings left on a cliffhanger. Why? Anyways, the next question is the biggest surprise. You know what? My biggest surprise is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I mentioned this in the first question, which is the best read of this year, but that's also my biggest surprise because I did not think that I would like Olivia Blake. I did try reading the Atlas 6 before I read One for My Enemy, and I just could not get through the Atlas 6 for some reason. I think it is because at the time I was reading it, I'm gonna be honest, it just was not working up here. My noggin was not working. I was just not advanced enough, I guess, to read the Atlas 6, so it left me very confused, and I just kind of did like a DNF on it. But I saw One for My Enemy and I saw the pictures, really liked it, and I was like, okay, give it another chance. And I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but let me tell you guys, I'm pretty sure this is like my 10-star read. I absolutely love this book. I'm very glad I picked it up again, and I'm very glad that I gave Olivia Blake another chance. I think that the writing in One for My Enemy is a lot better or different than the Atlas 6, and that like now I could actually read it and I was able to understand and it made sense to me and yada yada. So that is my biggest surprise of this year, like me enjoying One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, because I did not think that I would previously enjoy that. And this also ties into the next question, which is new favorite author. New favorite author, Olivia Blake. But I only read one book of hers, so I'm gonna need to read more. But I would say that she's like a new author of mine that I think will be a favorite. Okay guys, I am kind of tired of sitting in this parking lot. Also, I don't think that I can stay here long, so I'm gonna take you guys to another area, so come with me. If you're wondering where I took you guys to a park. Should I go out? I don't know. Okay, anyways, next question though. We are moving on to, is this the 6th? The 7th? It's the 7th maybe. Anyways, newest fictional crush. Guys, I have so many. Every single time I read a book, that male main character, the love interest, he just gets added to my list, my long list of book boyfriends. But if you're wondering what the most recent 3 are, Zayden, Fourth Wing. Then I also have Roman Kit, Divine Rivals. And then Dmitry Fedorov, One for My Enemy. Yeah, book husbands. I love them. I know, I feel like it cooled down dramatically. I feel like it was a lot hotter. Whew. Anyways, book that made me cry. Number 8, I think? Okay, if you guys know me, I don't really cry. I'm not that emotional, really, and I'm not really affected by character deaths. So, the things that you expect me to cry from, I'm not really emotional. I don't really cry in real life, so I definitely don't really cry when I read books. But I will say, a book that made me sad, though, was One for My Enemy, and then one particular scene from Fourth Wing. I think those are my 2 answers. I'll stick with it. A book that made me happy though, I don't know. I don't think I have a book that really made me happy. Like I read it and they're all very entertaining. Honestly, okay, anything that's entertaining, I'm happy. Anything with high stakes competitions, I'm happy. So that being like Thieves Gambit by Kavion Lewis, that one was honestly super fun to read. I really like the high stakes competitions in Immortal Longings. I also really like all the high stakes like war games in Fourth Wing. What else? Cardin and Jude made me happy, so Wicked King. I'll go with those answers. Okay, I have decided to take you guys outside, and oh, parked really badly. Okay, anyways, thought I would finish up the remaining questions here if the wind wants to behave with me and not blow my hair in my face. Okay, anyways, books that I need to read by the end of the year. 2 books, Iron Flame, Ruthless Vows. Those are 2 books that I need to read, but one thing about me, I just have a really bad habit of starting things and not finishing it. I think it's because I just don't want a series to end, so I would start the series and then never finish the series because I just don't want it to end. And so I need to break that habit. So I'm going to read Iron Flame and Ruthless Vows. I'm saying it right now. If you guys are watching this and by the end of the year I do not read those 2 books, someone just yell at me because I need to read those 2 books by the end of the year. Also, A Tempest of Tea and The Prison Healer. Those are 2 books that I also want to read by the end of the year because I hear so many good things about it and I'm like, okay, I need to read it so I know what the hype is about. A car is passing by and I'm shy. I'll just drink my drink for now. Staring over at that monkey bar right now, fun fact, I have no upper body muscle strength whatsoever. Cannot hold myself. I could hold myself on there, but don't expect to pull up. Do not expect me to cross those monkey bars because I can't. I cannot. Okay, a book that I enjoyed that has mixed reviews. I checked, and I think of all the books that I read this year, one that has a lot of mixed reviews that I enjoyed is Immortal Longings. And I have read the like bad reviews, like the 1-star, the 2-star reviews of it, and I see where they're coming from as well. So far, I haven't really seen many people with the same hesitation that I had. Like, I think I saw some, so I'm glad that I wasn't the only one who thought about it, but they had like other, you know, things that they wanted to say about that, but when I read it, I was like, no, like I disagree. So because of that, I would say that those are like mixed reviews because I didn't see that when I read it, but they saw it. So, I mean, it's all opinions, of course, and everybody has their own opinion. So there's that, but I would say that that book is something that I enjoyed that has mixed reviews. Okay. We're going back to the car. Okay, we're back in the car now, and I thought, you know what, let me take you guys to come and get gas with me. So we are gonna go to the gas station to get gas. Okay, we are currently at the gas station. I thought I would answer one of the questions while I am getting ready, and that question is a book series that I will not be continuing. So I will never ever say never, but I think as of right now, I'm gonna do a soft DNF to Leather and Lark. And that is the 2nd book of the Butcher and Blackbird series. It does not follow the same couple. It follows, I think, the brother. And it's not that I don't enjoy the book or didn't enjoy the book. It is just that I kind of heard mixed reviews about it. Now, I usually don't trust reviews and I like making my own reviews, but I did like the first couple and I did not care much for the other couple, or the other brother, sorry. And so because of it, as of right now, it is a soft DNF, but never say never. Also, I do wear gloves when I pump gas because for me, it's like, it's dirty and I just don't like germs. So, okay, a car is behind me. Let me rush. Let me get my card. Peace out, Girl Scout. Maybe you'll see me through there. Okay, you could see me. You could watch me pump, I guess. Let's go. Okay, while my car is currently pumping gas, I'll go on to the next 2 question, which is my most recent read. I just finished The Real Deal by Caitlin Devlin. I saw her book on TikTok and I've been following her for a while now as she does these cute little like write with me while I blah blah blah. So I really enjoyed watching it, and then when she debuted her novel, it was traditionally published, I believe, I was like, okay, I'm really curious. It is a fictional book. It's basically as if Dance Moms had a reunion 10 years later, but you know at the end of their show something like really, really big happened, and so they all kind of like blame the main character named Belle, and you're kind of figuring out why they blame her because it goes back from present to past. I think the gas is done. Okay, let me put you there. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, let me drive to another area. Just drive straight. Okay, I don't remember where I left off, but I do remember talking about The Real Deal. So all I have to say is that I thoroughly enjoyed the book. I will say that there were some parts where it was a little bit slow for my liking, but I thought it was very interesting. I have not read just like a contemporary fiction book in a while, because usually most of the books I read is either like romance or fantasy. I thought that the whole idea of it being like, oh, like if Dance Moms had a reunion 10 years later, but you know that Dance Moms ended on a really bad, you know, note, that's basically what it is. And then the first book that I read this year. I thought I would also include that because I did not mention it at all when I was doing this little book tag. But the first book I did read of 2024 is Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington. And I don't remember what exactly I rated that, but I just remember it being so interesting in that, like, I read it and I was like, huh? With that, I'll now conclude my first ever mid-year book tag. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I know I was rambling and I know it was very hectic because I kept moving around and doing a bunch of random errands, but I hope you guys know that I genuinely had such a fun time recording this, and I hope you guys had a fun time watching it. If you'd like to keep up with me, all of my socials will be down below. You could subscribe as well. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!